August 2013. This is the make or break month in Lukoil's quest to reach first oil by November.
There we go, it's all up now.
Management confronts reality.
Прикладываешь, у меня все нормально, мы Ничего не нормально.
Dreams of reaching first oil in world record time are shattered, and management must come up with a new plan. Hidden deep below Iraq is one of the world's largest remaining onshore oil fields, West Kurna 2. One Russian oil man has dreamt about developing this field for 20 years.
Я впервые побывал в Ираке, это в 1989 году, когда был заместителем министра. Конечно, я никогда не мог забыть тот масштаб запасов нефти, который находился в Ираке, и материалы, по которым были в компании «Лукойл».
Extracting this oil is the greatest challenge ever faced by oilfield workers. They battle extreme weather, searing heat, howling winds, and flash floods. They operate in a region where intimidation, violence, and terrorism are a constant threat. But the greatest challenge of all is time. They have to lay hundreds of kilometers of pipelines, build a processing facility, tank farm and power station, and drill 23 wells, all within a construction window of 14 months.
И это была такая гонка со временем. Это как быстрые шахматы.
By November the 27th, 2013, Lukoil must produce what's called first oil. They must be pumping 120,000 barrels of oil per day in 109 days' time. To achieve this, they must complete their 5 main construction projects. A central processing facility that will remove impurities from the oil. A gas turbine power plant to provide electricity for the entire project. A 103-kilometer-long export pipeline, a tank farm to hold the oil. Drilling clusters need to be built, 23 oil wells drilled, and infrastructure constructed to pump the oil to the central processing facility. For the past 3 months, Lukoil have implemented a program of simultaneous operations in order to recover the 3 months delay to the schedule caused by the blockade. They made some progress on the drilling schedule. But progress at the central processing facility and the pipeline was slow. They struggled with the weather, a lack of trained workers, and mechanical failure. Both the CPF and the pipeline remain months behind schedule. To catch up, Lukoil's main construction contractor has promised to recruit 4,000 additional workers. Lukoil have also insisted on double shifts so that work can continue 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Welders are working on the oil storage tanks. A Nur has arrived to check the quality of their welds.
This roof is about how much? Is it about 60 ton, over 60 ton. The welding has been done in one pass, maintaining fillet weld size 5 millimeters. The quality of the welding that we have is pretty good.
But the problem is the amount of welds that need to be completed.
About 10,900 welds to be done.
Lukoil's management are concerned that there's still not enough workers to make these welds. Andrei Kuzayev and Dmitry Afanazayev arrived to see the problem for themselves.
We lost a lot of time because of night shift has no sufficient quality of the welders and the workers. So this is the problem. And I invited Mr. Kuzaev just to have a look what happened there.
Where is employees, but it's not a lot of.
2,000, as per the report we get, we scrutinise every day.
Where is 2,000?
And he's convinced now, even more than me, that we have not enough workforce during night shift. Tonight they reported 2,000 people on work. You can walk across the site. I cannot find. In general, we just need to increase the quantity of welders, that's it. That's my target for tomorrow. To press, to get more and more welders involved in the night shift work.
If they can't increase the workforce, they'll never be able to get the CPF operational by November. It's 6 a.m. the following morning. Lack of manpower is not the only concern. Andrei Kuzaev has just received more bad news. A workover rig's mast that's been supplied by the lead drilling contractor is faulty and needs to be replaced. This will have a significant impact on the schedule. The workover rigs are vital for completing the welds and testing the pressure of the oil. He arrives at the drilling cluster to find out the cause of the problem.
А почему вы проводили, когда инспекцию, не выявили дефекты мачты?
When we did the inspection and commissioning, there was no defects in the mast. I mean, actually,
Why over there not defection? Here is defection.
this is why we're discussing.
Yeah, but
them eventually.
it's not possible, you know. It's quality, your job.
I understand, Andre,
But I'm lose a lot of time. From Baker Hughes, I needed good service. Time to time, I'm lose my money with you. Я бы хотел, чтобы вы мне ровно через неделю лично здесь доложили ситуацию.
Хорошо.
Потому что для нас это критично.
We will fix the situation and we will find the solution, and I'll update you on your next visit.
Andrei Kuzaev returns 4 days later with Lukoil executive Ravil Naganov to check on progress.
How many local people today?
Totally we have 4,000.
My opinion, we don't have now possibility for end at 7 November. I'm not happy with the situation now. I know a lot of different situation, you know, conflict with local people, but now needed more working every minute and not more lose time. I'm not really happy. And I'm not happy with my team, I'm not happy with you.
This inspection has raised serious doubts in Kuzaev's mind. He's eager to find out the exact situation on the ground.
Через 2 дня я вернулся для того, чтобы глубоко разобраться, какая же реальная картина на сегодняшний день в реализации проекта.
As Kuzaev starts to discover the stark truth about the schedule at West Kerner 2, disaster strikes. There is a bomb at Kasa, and the port is locked down.
The truck, which it is blasted, it was staying here where I'm staying now. The ship, it have a big hole, and the damage on the warehouse.
Tens of thousands of tons of material are stuck.
The port was closed for 7 days.
A 6-kilometer line of trucks wait outside the port.
And it's a very big queue of the trucks, approximately from 6 to 8 kilometers. It is a very serious problem because it's a direct effect on the schedule. The site operation can be stopped because of no materials and equipment.
This terrorist attack is a potentially devastating blow for Lukoil's struggle to get back on schedule. Ivan meets with the port authorities to try and resolve the situation and get the goods flowing back to the oil field again.
Currently, we have a quite critical situation in the port, but because of the Ramadan, general decreased activities, plus the accident in the port, we are delayed. And why we are here today, and why we are asking for Sagittarian plan, and we are gonna make put a detailed control and give all our support together with the security to control the road, help to pushing the trucks. My people will be in the port, help you. Now it's everything is priority number one. No more priority number two. And it means that all these containers require on the site to proceed the work, not stop the work on the site.
The officials agree to reopen the port. However, Lukoil can only bring in 56 trucks per day. Still not the 100 trucks a day they desperately need to get back on schedule. Andrei Kuzayev visits each facility to get a status report on the ground. First, he goes to Cluster 10. The completion dates keep shifting due to delayed materials. Kuzayev has had enough of relying on unrealistic and over-optimistic dates.
А каким нашим графиком?
Они не должны еще закончены. По графику мы должны выполнить 92%, фактически выполнение составляет 90%.
То есть у тебя отклонение на 2%. И сейчас не с неба эта дата должна быть. Идите поработайте и назовите. А ты возьми на контроль, чтобы они четко сказали, дата, когда должен быть закомплектован объект.
The team now set off for the water intake facility. This is situated on the bank of the Euphrates, 5 miles away from the central processing facility.
The bulk of the process in the CPF unit requires water, cooling water for the cooling towers, exchanges, all the rest. So this is the support system, and effectively is the heart of the operation, is to get water into the facility so we can do the process.
Виталий, веди.
The last time Kuzayev was here was in April, when it was nothing but a hole in the ground.
А мы в прошлый раз были, не было их, да, наверху уже?
Да, не было. Это все вот последний. Пайпинг у нас закончен на 90%. Осталось только вот обвязка вот этих вот насосов, которые с бассейна будут поднимать воду наверх, туда, на резервуар. Идет монтаж оборудования KPA. 6 единиц уже смонтировано. Сейчас вот как раз проводятся тесты.
Construction of the water intake facility is almost complete. Now the crew needs to connect the facility to the river. 3,500 tons of riverbank has been painstakingly carved out so that the river can reach the site. Before they leave, they inspect the temporary dam that separates the river from the 2 intake pipes. They can't remove this dam until the filters arrive from the port. These filters are vital. They stop solid material from the river entering the inlet pipe, ensuring only clean water reaches the facility.
Я просто хотел обратить внимание, что вода уже под самый срез. Если еще приподнимется, опять все затопит.
If the dam protecting the construction work is breached, the site will be flooded, causing further delays.
Совсем под самый этот...
Despite the fact that progress seems to be good, Kuzayev is not happy.
На русский это самый готовый объект, но даже самый готовый объект нас не радует, потому что опаздывает на 1 месяц.
Next stop on Andrei Kuzayev's tour is the horizontal directional drilling site on the banks of the Third River. The export pipeline has been held up here since April. For the pipeline to be finished on schedule, this crossing needs to be completed on time. This is a massive undertaking. The drill needs to bore underneath the river multiple times, each time with a slightly larger drill bit known as a reamer that will increase the size of the hole until it's wide enough for the export pipeline to be pulled through.
Рисковать, и в случае, если здесь будет какая-то авария, мы можем сорвать своевременный запуск месторождения.
It's not just the crossing of the Third River that's behind schedule. There's also been no progress at the Euphrates crossing either. Having visited every site, Andrei Kuzayev calls an emergency meeting.
Цели были сократить отставание до 5,5%. И строительство у нас заморозилось также минус 7,54%.
Что значит заморозилось?
То есть оно неизменно осталось за последние 2 недели.
Цели, которые ты ставил, ты не выполняешь. А ты докладываешь, у меня все нормально, мы застыли. Ничего не нормально. Но все равно, в любом случае, честно надо сказать, задачи августа по сокращению отставания не выполнены.
Фактически, да, была понижена активность в Рамадан, но в целом темп не упал.
Ну как не упало? У нас смотри, Иван, у нас как бы одна из причин, почему мы продолжаем отставать по пайпингу, это отсутствие было материально-технических ресурсов.
Но это поставки, это не...
Иван, меня не интересует. Ты отвечаешь за поставки, я отвечаю. Меня что не устраивает? Меня не устраивает, что что-то нам все время мешает. Хотя через 3 месяца уже по плану у нас что-то должно тут добываться. И на мой вопрос, когда мы можем рассчитывать на запуск месторождения, никто из моей команды не мог ответить и назвать какую-то точную дату, когда у нас есть шанс запустить месторождение. У нас не было шансов запуститься в ноябре.
Lukoil's dream of reaching first oil in world record time is shattered. It's Kuzayev's job to tell his bosses the bad news at the Lukoil board meeting in just 5 weeks' time. It becomes clear that Lukoil need a new plan that integrates the schedules and risks associated with all of their construction projects. The task of putting this plan together is given to Nikolai Fomin.
We have been given a task around 2-3 weeks to develop a fully integrated schedule. To do this job in 2-3 weeks is quite challenging, and of course we had to sort and filter a lot of information.
While Fomin and the senior executives put together the new integrated plan, work across the oil field continues unrelentingly. PM, the central processing facility. Scott Stone is overseeing the specialist lifting team who are putting the roof of the oil tank in place.
Okay, well today we're lifting the roof, which we're actually using a 500-ton crane. lifting studies has all been approved. We have ALE on site. They're the approved specialists. This is the heaviest tank roof inside the utility area.
He's been planning this for the past week.
It's actually probably a perfect time to lift this, you know. Everybody's gone home. There's no one walking around.
The lift gets underway.
There we go, it's all up now.
Yeah, it's very impressive. It's quite satisfying when you see a lot of hard work and a lot of effort gone in to take place to actually building this plant, you know.
90 tons dangle in the air.
See them taglines, you need to make sure them taglines are not snagged. We are experiencing some schedule delays, however, we're trying to recover those schedules with lifts like this and trying to work overtime, etc., and do all we can. It's a good team effort, and you can see everybody's came out to witness the lift today, so it's everyone feels proud that they're part of the CPF project, really.
The first lift is done, but there are 14 more to go. But the problem is the continuing lack of welders. The construction team have been unable to deliver the skilled workers they promised. Kirill and Adnan arrive at the bank of the Euphrates, close to the water intake facility.
The problems of project, new challenges.
An excavator has fallen from the river bank.
Very soft ground. You know how it's happened.
But now they're thinking about the hook to pull it out.
And go down, down, down.
Every day, every time, yeah.
The banks of the river Euphrates are continually collapsing. If the guys don't move quickly, the digger will be lost forever.
I think it take one day or more.
It's a race against the rising water. They have 12 hours to get the digger free. To achieve first oil, 33% of the central processing facility needs to be operating. All the major structural work is now complete. The processing vessels have been fitted, and the pipes connecting them are all assembled. However, none of this will work without electricity. Getting all the cables in the right place is a mammoth task, requiring a huge amount of manpower. Every cable needs to be pulled into position by hand. Walid Abdel Rasool is overseeing the process.
The amount of cable which you have around 600 kilometers. So we're talking about cable from here up to Baghdad.
There is over 600,000 meters of cable that must be woven into the CPF.
If you imagine this CPF plant is like human body, the cable is like the nerve, which transfer all the signals, all the power, all over the equipment. This is the main function of the cables in CPF project. One of the hardest work we have it in the plant. It's consumed a lot of manpower. We're talking about 240 guys for cable pulling.
It's a tough job coordinating this many men over such a large area.
They work in harmony. You hear this whistle. It's kind of to tune the people to make the tension the same time, so the cable will not be over tension.
Walled's crew are working flat out, but despite this, they're behind schedule.
Yeah, we targeting to get 10,000 meters a day. Yesterday, for example, we did around 8,000. It's quite big numbers.
It means they're 20% behind schedule. This is a huge problem, and 2,000 meters of cable a day is a lot to recover. If they continue in this way, their target will move increasingly out of reach. On the banks of the Euphrates, it's been 24 hours since the excavator fell into the river. The water is rising. The crew has finally managed to clear the mud to allow them to try and pull it free. Work on the trenches can continue.
Good, very good.
But a few kilometers along the Euphrates, the rising river has had a more devastating impact. At the water intake facility, the filters have finally arrived. But they came a day late. Just last night, the river Euphrates washed away the mud dam, protecting the intake pipes.
What happened? We had dams which were protected our area, construction area, but unfortunately the Euphrates River level raised immediately up and destroyed our dams.
The intake pipes are now 13 feet underwater, and it's imperative that the filters are fitted as quickly as possible to prevent solid material flowing into the facility. The crew now have to remove the 3,500 tons of mud that form the dam before the filters can be fitted. Now that the pipes are submerged, fitting the filters is going to be challenging, but the construction manager has a solution.
I already tied it here.
You done? Okay. Very good.
He's a scuba diver. He volunteers to fit the filters himself, along with one of his colleagues. If the divers can fit the filters, there's a chance that the water intake works can be finished on schedule. At 12 o'clock, the scuba equipment arrives and the divers prepare for the job. First of all, the half-ton filters are lowered into position by a crane. The divers will then secure each filter with 16 bolts. The dredgers have churned the river and left it full of muddy sediment, so the divers are unable to see. They're going to have to work by touch. They work throughout the afternoon. After 3 hours, they manage to secure the filters in place. As soon as the filters are secure, the guys open the valves that allow water to flow into the facility for the first time. This is the moment they've been waiting for.
It's coming, it's very, very dirty. The pipe, where all the mud has settled inside the pipe, it's probably just washed it all in vortexed in and just pushed it all into this chamber, so this will settle down. Maybe we have to remove the water and then have another clean out.
They flush out the dirt. This is good news. Now there's a chance that the water intake facility might be finished on schedule in just 3 weeks' time. Nikolai Fomin and his team complete the integrated plan in September with new realistic dates and present it to Andrei Kuzayev.
Ultimately, after risk analysis, we come up with a probability of delivering the first oil in March, in May, and then later on in July. So the probability of delivering the first oil in March was 10%. Probability of delivering the first oil in the last week of May was 50%, which is normally taken as a realistic plan. And the 90% probability was somewhere in July or August of delivering the first oil. Therefore, we tell to Mr. President that here we are, May, end of May is our realistic forecast if all the risks are realized. So first oil will be end of May, and only 10% it could be March.
Armed with this plan, Kuzayev flies to Moscow to meet with Lukoil president Vazhid Alekperov.
Я доложил президенту, что у нас есть 2 срока. Это очень хорошо, если мы ускоримся, если все наши планы сбудутся, все наши подрядчики выдадут все то, что обещали, то это март, конец марта. А если все будет как сейчас, если будут реализовываться риски, то это будет июнь. И июнь это очень такой более-менее надежный, и это P50.
Что этот проект можно вести в первом квартале 2014 года.
И он сказал: хорошо, в марте запускай.
The new date for first oil is set for March the 29th, 2014, exactly 205 days away. This means that the workers on the ground have gained a mere 118 days. With just 6 months to the new date for first oil, Lukoil still have a huge amount to accomplish. The biggest immediate challenge is the hold-up at the 2 water crossings. For the past 5 months, they've been trying to drill a borehole under each river. They've suffered a series of setbacks. The drilling operation at the 3rd river is ongoing. However, the rains have washed out the road leading to the drilling unit. They're running out of drill string. If they don't get some more drill string sections soon, they're in danger of losing the borehole. There's a pile on the far side of the river. Murad knows that if drilling stops, the borehole will be lost again. This will be a calamity. So he enlists local boat owners to transport the drill string across the river.
But at least now we can work there. This is good. Even just with this kind of sophisticated transportation.
Boats similar to these have worked this river for over 4,000 years. By the end of the day, enough pipe sections have been sent across to allow drilling to continue. Each section of pipe needs to be checked before it can be used.
We cannot use this one, so we need to make sure we got the right pipes, we don't use the damaged ones.
1 in every 6 lengths of pipe provided by the contractor is unusable.
It's a good example, and you can see how they store their material. They don't take care of their material, they just show it around. There's no maintenance or getting done, so. You take that one? Yeah. They bring stuff to site that's broken, and they're still willing to use it, but you cannot take the risk, because if you put these broken pipes halfway through your string, and while you're doing an operation, they break halfway. So it says there's no people that don't care here. They just throw everything around. There's no maintenance. Nothing's being looked after.
If Lukoil are to successfully complete the challenge of getting the export pipeline across the 2 waterways, they'll need to improve the state of the equipment, the poorly qualified workers, and the weak management of the pipeline team. The management puts the new integrated plan into operation. They face enormous challenges from the outset. They struggle to get the export pipeline across the Third River. But oil reaches the surface for the first time.
That flying, it's probably most of beautiful what I saw in my life.